Hello everybody, this is Xenoblade83543 welcoming you back to Let's Play Xenoblade Chronicles. In this part, we're actually going to be heading right back into Alcamoth, because we're going to pick up some non-generic quests today. I feel like starting with the non-generic quests over the generic quests that we picked up earlier. We will do the generic quests pretty soon. I just want to get a few non-generic quests out of the way first, and then we'll do the generic quests. And get on with everything. I want it to be daytime, actually, for this first one. Which, this one might take a little while. Yeah, I need to switch the party. We're gonna keep Melly and Ricky in the back for the most part. How are we doing on skills? I've been a little bit since I played this file. I caught up the other file. Yeah, I do want them to learn these skills. Cool, you guys can all keep going down whatever you're doing now. Okay. We need Ryan in the lead because he's the one who comments on this quest.
Yes!
From Popipo. But Popipo is going to give us an affinity link first because that's Popipo's way. It's just the way she works. And we have Bothersome between Noah and Popipo, and I never got this affinity link, but that's okay, we can pick that up in a second. In a bit. Now let's actually accept this quest. Her son doesn't want to go outside and she's confused. Okay, Ricky, you can get the affinity with Ryan. Doesn't matter. I want everyone to get affinity. But people's like, you're handsome, but you should figure it out whether you want to do it. And we're like, yeah, well, sure, we'll do it. I don't care about the gem, but... I would like to get Shulkin up to green affinity as soon as possible with these two, so that he can chill out in the back and I can bring in other people. Hello, Baroba. And now, we get to go to Satorl Marsh and farm for collectibles, because we didn't get enough. Usually I get enough in a playthrough, but this time we didn't. This is the first time I've ever had to farm for these. I feel like I should mention that. This is the first time this has ever happened to me. Personally, but I just do not have them. Actually, they're more in the further area. We're gonna make it nighttime, just because I'd rather it be nighttime in Satorl Marsh. Oh, gosh. It's not even like they're a rare collectible. There are several 20% spawn locations for ether roses. We just didn't get enough of them. Which means we get to run around this area and farm for them. I just got incredibly unlucky this playthrough. Usually I get 5 easily. Because that's what we need. We only need 5 of them. And considering there's several locations that have a 20% spawn rate, you'd think that I could get 5 of them sooner. I'm gonna make sure I cleared this area out, because this is one of the places where there's a decent spawn rate. We're heading over to the next area. There's a couple item orbs up here with a good spawn rate, so hopefully we can get them soon. I don't even know how many I have right now. I'm assuming I have a few, or at least a couple ether roses, because this is obnoxious. Because we can't trade for them until we either get more affinity with Colony 6 or until super late in the game. Because that's how they decided it would work. And I'm like, I don't want to be rushing Colony 6 affinity. That's obnoxious. No, I want that item orb. Oh, sorry. There's not an ether rose. Come on, game, please. Platforming is not my strong suit. None of these were ether roses. Lovely. Well, we're getting lots of other items that I don't need at all. The joys of not having the right item orbs. I'm just running straight from like place where they commonly spawn to the next place where they commonly spawn and hoping that we get one soon. Hopefully. Jeez. Who'd have thought I had more luck with wool rocks than these? Wool rocks are so much rarer. I don't know if this is the right one. I'm gonna just grab this item orb up here. Stop giving me those. I already did that quest. This bridge supposedly has a good spawn point, so this could be one. No, it's not, because of course it's not. Why would you give me the right item? Okay. I think we're just gonna skip travel through this middle area because there's nothing in this, like, middle area here. There's the places over here, and then there's a few scattered places. Over here. This is just awful. The locations for this are just all over the place. And I'd much rather run between them than just save and reload at one of them, because that's really tedious. There's one down here. Hopefully this unique monster didn't spawn. He did. Wonderful. I need an item orb that's on that hill. On this little thing. And unique monsters don't care how strong you are. Also, all the item orbs despawned apparently in that little area, so that's wonderful too. May as well check these two. Finally! We got one more. Wait, it says... Okay. I'm gonna visit this little cliff, even though this isn't one of the best places for it, it just has a few item-orbs, so I figure... Yeah, I was like, I think the water is deep enough here. Day and night doesn't matter for these particular item-orb spawns. I just prefer nighttime. Oh gosh. I hate not having ether roses. What? That item has never been a this item's never been a problem before. This is literally the first playthrough I've had where it's decided that I just don't get ether roses. And because it's Satorl Marsh, none of the items have trades at any reasonable amount of affinity with Colony 6. Except for like the couple items that have trades in Satorl Marsh, which is like, those ones are common anyway, like, why bother? Well, I mean, we could check that bridge, but that's really out of the way. So it looks like we're gonna go back through the same loop again, because I think it's been long enough that item orbs should have respawned. Right? They should have respawned. It's been several minutes. If they hadn't respawned, my gosh. I mean, there's some of these that I know I just didn't get. But I don't think any have respawned, which is really obnoxious. I'm gonna have to start saving and resetting. For ether roses, which have a 20% spawn rate at like 8 or 9 different locations around Satorl Marsh. And also have a decent spawn rate at several other locations. Like, this is ridiculous that I'm low on this item. This is one of the more common items. Oh well. Time to start saving and reloading. Because freaking I can't. Where do I want to save and reload? I mean, there's supposedly a place south of this tree. I guess we'll try here. But you can't just like save and then reload the save from in-game. No, that would be too simple. You have to reset the software. Yes, we have to reset to get the item orbs to respawn. It's obnoxious. This is the struggle when item orbs, when your collectibles just don't go the way that you need them to. It's like, great, now I have to save and reload. Because I didn't get enough ether roses for this one quest. I mean, it seems like south of the crown tree, which is what they're indicating, would indicate one of those two. Neither of which just gave me the item that I need. Like, I want to be doing as few of the resets as possible, but It's probably faster to just keep resetting. These items are not going to give me what I need. We're just going to reset, because I didn't get anything useful. No. Reset. This is why I'm really glad that in the sequel they made it so that collectibles respawn when you skip travel. Because this isn't fun. Skip farming isn't fun, but this is even worse. Like, I have to reset in order to get item orbs to respawn. That's the only fast way to do it. You could... The alternative is wait 5 minutes, which is ridiculous, and I'm not doing that. Okay. Please give me something useful. I'm not feeling optimistic about this spot. Just because I can't tell which item orb is actually the one that, like, is supposed to be the good one. I don't feel like running all the way up there because that's slow. We did get one over here. That wasn't where I meant to fall. We fell too far. I'm just gonna skip travel back up, honestly. It's faster than climbing. It's that item orb, that's fine. Whatever. Because supposedly there's a good spawn point somewhere along here, but I haven't seen one. Okay, there's another one. And then the one at the item orb at the very end of Basin Cave is another good spawn point. So I think this is going to be our best bet for farming these. Just because there's a couple of good spawn points that are relatively close together. Farming collectibles is just a nightmare, though. This isn't even like one of the ones that's usually a problem. This one is usually fine. Like, that's what's throwing me off about this, is that this is one that I've never had to farm for before. It's not like the really bad ones that are just a nightmare to farm for because they have like a 4% spawn rate only from like 8 specific item orbs and then they don't spawn anywhere else in the area. And you're like, oh my gosh, this is obnoxious. Why do I need 3 of these? Because those ones are truly obnoxious. This one I can understand because it's relatively common. So time to save and refresh here. And save and reset. Because that's the only way to get item orbs to respawn. Like, why is there no way to get item orbs to respawn other than leaving the game? Or if you wait a long period of time. But there's nothing you can do to make them respawn faster other than completely resetting the game. That just seems flawed. When you expect people to go around and gather collectibles for quests and then make it so that item orbs don't respawn unless you reset the game. I don't think it can hit that without being on the lines, that's fine. Well, there's our 5th one. So we're done. Finally. Now we can go back to Alcamoth. Just get me back to Alcamoth. Ah. Here, Baroba. Here are your 5 ether roses that there are 2 trades for, neither of which I can do right now. I mean, I could do one of them if I was rushing Colony 6 Reconstruction really hard, and rushing Colony 6 quests and inviting everyone I possibly could and doing as many quests as possible, but I don't want to do that. Just for access to a trade. And we get close family between Popipo and Baroba.
Yes. Yes.
Why don't you give an affinity link? I feel like you give an affinity link related to...
Yes.
Yeah, Pico. We have a few affinity links to pick up. But that, I mean, this is pretty much going to be the whole video at this point, because we spent so long trying to get the item. But we now have Popipo and Pico linked together. And now we have to go run and talk to Pico, because she has an affinity link, and there's, like, no landmarks in Alcamoth. I mean, there's one landmark I could have skipped to, but it would have maybe cut out, like, half of the travel time, if that. Not even, we're, like, there already. Alcamoth is just so empty, and I don't like it. Like, I love Alcamoth's design in terms of, like, artistically, but I hate it from a mechanical viewpoint. It's just, like, the mechanical. Getting around Alcamoth is such a pain. I also have to change the time. Hey Pico, come back here. We helped up Baroba, so now Pico's happy. See, we're making everything better. And then there's one other affinity link that's not related to the quest, but I forgot to pick it up while we were running around Alcamoth for almost an hour getting affinity links. And that's over here. With you. Rikoth really likes to cuddle Baroba. Anyway, I believe that's all the affinity links we can get right now. Yeah. I mean, hey, we've got this area a bit more connected now. Next time, we take on another quest chain. We're going to do a whole quest chain instead of just doing one quest next time. So that'll be fun. I'll see you then.